Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And yes, it's a great day. It's beautiful out here today. Sun shining, lots of electricity, batteries at peak. Everything is just in float mode because I got more electricity than I can use right now. And see down there at the gate is my neighbor's car. I'll tell you why my neighbor stopped by a little while ago. But let's move on a little bit here and get to some of the old time stuff. Now, brought up some memories yesterday chatting with one of the viewers about starting out here in the beginning. Well, the outhouse wasn't here in the beginning. But see this little weird looking thing here? Okay, when I first got out here, you'll find this in my old videos. This thing, forget the rocks, this thing was my first toilet out here. And that's the way the cover lifted up. Then there was a plastic garbage bag in here with the bottom cut out, going down into a hole in the ground. And the plastic bag was so you didn't have any splashes or wind-blown stuff hitting you in the legs while you were sitting down here. And all of this originally was made out of scrap wood that I first found laying out in the desert on different little dirt roads out here. A couple of floorboards there, and they were nice and smooth, so they made a great toilet seat and place to sit. So I cut a little toilet seat out of there, and then the little pieces of wood and the little hinge pieces and the screws, everything that you see here was all stuff that was found in the desert that somebody had dumped. And that was the original porta potty for living out here, because when I first came out here, I actually slept in the van on an air mattress in the back of the van. And I had this metal rack right here that I built myself. You can't buy those anywhere, not anything that big. And I had to go through the DMV regulations and all of that stuff to find the exact amount of size I could make this thing so that it was legal sticking out the back of my van. And then I made it a 3-point connection unit so it wouldn't rock like most of these racks do. And I had to weld a couple of pieces of the bar onto the trailer hitch I have so that they slide inside of there, and then those clevis pins lock that in. And then the main pin, of course, locks that one into the trailer hitch. And this thing is really sturdy when it's on there. I mean, you can walk around on this. And this used to be my back porch on the back of my van when I was down there. All that scrap wood that you see right down there, that pile of scrap wood right about there, that was wood that I found laying around in the desert that I had stacked up for firewood for cooking. Well, I did have a small propane stove and a barbecue with me, but sometimes I would just come up for an overnighter, and I didn't want to haul a whole bunch of extra stuff and raise the gas prices, things like that. So I just built a little fire in my little fire pit, and I cooked off of that and made my coffee in a metal coffee pot, things like that. So, you know, getting started out here, when I first came out here, these roads were non-existent. This place looked like that desert out there. Just bushes everywhere, dried grass everywhere, all that kind of junk. And there was nothing out here. And I had to come in here and start doing all of this grading myself, making my roads as I wanted them. And the roads are basically just for me to get around on the property. None of them actually go to the end of the property except 2 driveways. one that I use all the time, which is a standard size driveway, and the other one over there behind the chicken coop, which is a larger opening. So when friends like my Canadian friend Pierre come down in his heat seeker bus, and you can look that up on YouTube. Heat seeker bus is a great channel, and he's been doing some cast iron cooking, so you might want to check that channel out and see what's going on over there. Anyway, yeah, when Pierre came here, he had a big bus. I think it was 40 something feet long or whatever. Anyway, that made it easy for him to get in and out of this area, because the roads coming in are not that wide. And then of course I had the containers brought in, and that's like somebody driving an 18-wheeler in here. So I graded all of this area and made the roads for the guy to come in here with those containers and drop them where I wanted them. And I have to say, the drivers on those container deliveries were top notch, because I put a stake in the ground with a piece of string on it, and I said I'd like that back corner as close to the string as possible, and those guys put it right on the string. I mean, perfect. I mean, it wasn't even a half an inch off or anything like that. It was right on the money. They knew what they were doing, because that's what they did for a living, so great job. All right, so we got all that done, and we got that all out of my system. And yeah, that shower, that was one of the first things I built when I moved to the center of the property here, because where we are standing right now is pretty much the dead center of the 20 acres. And that's where I wanted to be. I wanted to have a buffer from all of the roads and the noise and the sounds and that stuff. Of course, it didn't work out that way because of the druggies moving in and doing all of their illegal marijuana grow things out here. You know, they kind of like ruined the serenity of the area. But this is where I used to do my morning rituals, brush the teeth, wash the face, wash the hair, things like that. Take a shower midday when the temperatures were right, and things like that, you know. So it wasn't all candy and roses. I mean, there was a lot of work to getting started out here. And of course, the cabin wasn't here, and I started building the cabin the first year out here, and I had only the original tiny cabin, which was a little 10 by 12 shack, and I had everything one room, you know, bedroom, all of that. Oh, guess what? We just walked by something I just noticed. I think we're going to turn around and go see what that is. What's this? There's a package. There's a package here. It says something about Midnite Classic MPPT controller for wind and solar and hydro. You know, it seems to me that I've been expecting something like that for about 14 days. Well, I already blacked out all of the address and names and that stuff on it, because I don't want that stuff just riding around the internet. And here we go for the grand opening. Now the box looks a little bit beat up, but there was nothing rattling inside, which to me starts as a good thing. So let's see if I can get this open with one hand. Come on. Oh, look at that. Sorry, somebody put paper in there. All right, so there's my instructions and all that stuff. And this is the company that I bought it from. So, on eBay. If you go on eBay and you decide to buy one of these from this guy, specify, don't send it FedEx, damn it. I saw G-Bear's videos. It took 14 extra days to get it. What a mess. Oh, here's the instruction manual. All right. And it looks like there's a few breaks in the styrofoam packaging protection here. So we're going to get that off of there. Set that over there. Well, other than that, it looks like everything is in place. Let's see. Got some type of a filter screen here and important electrical silicone grease and all that kind of stuff in here. And high voltage has a potential to kill you. Be safe. Yeah, no kidding. So anyway, here is, wow, that's heavy. Here is the Midnite Classic 150. Look at how beat up that styrofoam is down there. But nothing rattles. So here we go. This is what I've been waiting for. And it's here. So I will sit down and read the paperwork that came with this today, and we'll go from there. Looks like a door of some kind on the front of there. Interesting. I'm not going to try opening anything until I get a little reading in here, but there's a turbo up here. Oh man, watch out for those turbos. All right, so let's move around over here quickly before I shut this thing off. All right, that little Viking that I bought that does repair on batteries. Okay, these two batteries have been sitting out here since I got out here. Okay, so that's like 3-4 years now. They've been sitting on a shelf in here, stone dead. All right. So I put the little Viking on here today just for the heck of it, because I had plenty of electricity, and I still have 12.7, 12.8 going through the Renogy Rover right there. And that's telling me that my batteries are well to do. Up there on the old battery banks, I'm showing 12.5. So everything is looking good. So, you know, this one, all this stuff is just running just fine. My other batteries, they're back in the circuitry. Like I said yesterday, I connected them back in, and sure is nice getting up in the morning and seeing 12.3, 12.4, 12.6. That's just nice. So anyway, back to this battery. So I put this little repair unit on here, and it says battery in repair now. And that's this little button here. So if we press this, we're going to see here what's going on. So it says that the batteries are holding 10.5 volts. So that battery was up to 70 to 80% earlier, but it has completely dropped off. So that one is recycle value only. So let's cut that out of there and see what's going on. We'll replug it one more time, and it should tell me everything about the battery. Yeah, that battery is total toast. Not worth doing anything with, only holding 8.4 volts after a whole day of charging. So that one I will cap off, and I'll tag it for recycle, and that'll be a core. And then tomorrow I will try this other battery. And see what I can do with that one. And then I'm going to try 3 more batteries. 3 more batteries are in my old motorhome there. Remember, the birds sat on, nested on one through the winter, shorted out the main engine battery. Well, I still had 2 other deep cycle batteries in the back, but because they were all tied together, being charged by solar on the roof, I still have, when I go in there, I'm still showing 10.6 volts, which is not a good amount of electricity, but that means that the batteries aren't stone dead. So I'm going to see if I can revive those batteries next. And anything that can't be revived, well, they're going down to either recycle or core charge, and I'm going to buy new batteries to replace those with the cores. All right, everybody, that's all I have for today. And can I get a hallelujah? We got delivery today. Funny thing is, it was delivered in a budget rental, not in a FedEx truck. Well, this morning, very first thing, I was on the phone with a supervisor, and the supervisor was the guy in charge of designating routes and things like that in the morning. And I told him, look, I've got 28 notices from you guys about delivery of this package, and I don't have it yet. And he says, oh, no, it can't be that bad. I says, oh, yeah, it's that bad. And I've got it all documented. So apparently I rattled some cages out there today, and they made sure they got a delivery out here. So it came in at 3:30 this afternoon, and happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again. Let me sing a song of cheer. Oh, that's right. We're not a musical here. We're homesteading the desert. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Glad to have you all. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll get back to you. G-Bear signing off.